Okay, ladies and gentlemen out there on YouTube and on Drizzleland, I appreciate all the feedback of watching the videos. It shows me you guys enjoy them. So the next review is another cult classic movie, and I actually have the anniversary here on VHS, which is the one, the only, and one of the very first movies to ever be shot in color, the great and powerful, wonderful Wizard of Oz. There we go. Now, the Wizard of Oz originally was a very long written book. Not too many people know that, but yes, The Wizard of Oz was a book long before it was a movie. And the book honestly was very long. It had I don't know, like probably like 600 pages possibly in the book. I mean, went more in depth with the characters honestly way before Dorothy even went um, to Oz and basically was blown there in a tornado. And essentially the movie kind of follows basically in the middle of the book where she's basically minding her own business at her aunt's house. She befriends a traveler who is essentially, well, he becomes Oz basically when he is blown, when his balloon basically to the land of Oz, and he becomes the Oz, basically Oz and powerful. So we're gonna follow the movie though, which is a little bit different. So the movie basically is about Dorothy and her aunt um, living in Kansas, basically during a period of time when it was kind of hard to live because pretty much you built farmhouses and places to live, and then they just got destroyed basically by weather within, well, probably a few months. Um, Now she does have a dog. Basically, his name is Toto, and Toto pretty much is kind of a troublemaker. The neighbors don't really like him. They try to get him in trouble so that they get rid of Toto. I think that Toto is one of the best characters, honestly, in the actual movie itself. Um, Now, later on, there's a severe storm, and Dorothy goes back into the house to get Toto, and essentially she gets knocked out by something that falls through the window and hits her in the head, and then carries the house all the way to the land of Oz. Um, Now, the house ends up landing on a wicked witch, who essentially pretty much was the original villain in the Wizard of Oz. Um, Now her sister becomes the Wicked Witch, who tries to basically steal the ruby slippers from Dorothy because she thinks that there's some type of magical development with them to where it would gain her full power to basically take over Oz. Um, Now in the movie, she befriends the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion, which are all characters in the book as well. But originally, I believe the Cowardly Lion was a character who also came with the original wizard himself, which not too many people understand that. But yes, he was originally a character that came to Oz with the main character who becomes the wizard. Um, Now, throughout the movie, we get to see what the development of the first color movie honestly was, which the movie begins in black and white and then it kicks into color. And I have to be honest, the first time I saw this when I was a child, I was just amazed at the coloring. and the plot and the design. There's not much else I can really say. I'll just say this movie's a cult classic. The music is interesting in it. They've done numerous like plays and musicals out of this. There was even a spin-off with Michael Jackson and a few other people where they did a spin-off of it in the 1970s called The Wiz. Um, so basically, what I'm gonna say is this movie honestly is what really made me get into classic movies when I first saw it. This and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Um, I really didn't know too much about Judy Garland up until I saw this movie for the first time when I was younger. But when I started watching her in other movies, I was like, this woman was incredibly talented. She could sing, she could act. I mean, she could do it all. And when she got older, she had a lot of health conditions, and that's when her career kind of went on a downward spiral. But you have to admire what she did do in the film industry, which honestly, I mean, she was in several black and white movies before this movie was even popular. Now, originally they wanted to cast a different actress. Personally, I'm glad they didn't because I think Judy Garland was right for this role. Plus, the other two people who played the Tin Man, Scarecrow, and Cowardly Lion were all in different movies after this that were kind of popular as well. Um, so I would give this another 10. This is a movie that is incredibly worth watching after all these years. I love this movie. I've always loved this movie. I could never get tired of watching it. And the music is fairly decent too. Now there are some rumors, unfortunately, going around, which I'm not sure if they're true or not, that there was some mishaps during the production of the movie, such as deaths and things like that. But you have to understand that that was a different time, and I think people should respect what the movie stands for and what it accomplished. I mean, this is one of the very first movies that had color in it. Um, Judy Garland's career was wow. She's just a great actress. I mean, she did a lot of different things, and I think that people need to show her the respect that she earned. Um, Plus, she had a very interesting life if you look at it. If you've ever watched her biography, I recommend actually watching that. You can look that up. It's on, I believe, YouTube about her life. And boy, she could sing too and dance. I mean, um, and I know that that's from a different generation, and we're not really seeing that now in Hollywood, which is a shame because the golden eras of Hollywood, I think, was when movies were great with acting and directing and music, frankly. Um, so I respect Judy Garland. I think that she had a wonderful career, and rest in peace, Miss Dorothy of the Oz. I appreciate everything that you've done, in your career, and much love and peace. And to this day, I'm still going to continue watching this movie. I think Wizard of Oz is one of the best movies ever made. So, thank you.